Hey, it's Andy here with ArtOfDrumming, and today it's all about this drum kit with a very, very nice vintage vibe.
Art of Drumming is not just a YouTube channel, but also a free platform where you can find numerous drum-related courses filmed by major international artists. Head on over and join our growing community.
2021 marked the 75th anniversary of Pearl as a drum company, and to celebrate their anniversary, they reintroduced the President series. Right here we have the President Deluxe kit. It consists of a 12-inch tom, 14-inch floor tom and 14 by 20-inch kick drum. They also offer a second shell pack with a 22 by 14-inch kick drum and 13 and 16-inch toms. The shells are 6-ply Luan shells, and they have a rounded 45-degree bearing edge. So if you think about vintage kits, you usually have rounded bearing edges that provide you with a very soft and warm sound. So you will get this exact quality out of those drums. Also, what those shells have is an internal dampening system. So without any external muffling, you can shorten the tone of the toms straight away. The bass drum also comes with a felt strip pre-installed, so you get a very nice, warm, vintagey sound. Also, inside the kick drum you have a pillow, and the drum heads that are pre-installed on all three drums are clear heads with a black dot in the middle for some nice tone control. So this kit will definitely give you a vintagey sound, a very warm quality, and now it's time to listen to the kit. So for a first impression, we tuned the toms pretty low, the bass drum as well, and the snare we used here is a 14 by 6.5 Pearl free-floating Phosphor bronze. Let's have a listen, recorded with only two overheads, a snare mic and a bass drum mic. The drum kit sounds super warm and low in the room, and it was super easy to get the drum kit to sound that way with just a little bit of tuning. So the toms and also the bass drum are super easy to tune, and they sound a lot bigger than a 20-inch kick drum and a 14-inch floor tom. Now, before we get to a higher tuning and check out what it can do in another tuning range, let's check out what the internal dampeners do to the toms. So for example, if you want very short toms, like for example in a more Motown vibe, let's check out the toms in the same tuning, once without internal muffling, then with internal muffling, and then let me just play a few bars of groove with the internal mufflers engaged. So now that we know that the drums work well in a low tuning and that the internal dampening system works well, there's no rattling noise or anything else that could be disturbing with those. Let's check out what those drums sound like in a higher tuning. So for example, if you want to play more jazzy tunes, if you want a more open sound, what can those drums do for you? Here's the answer to that. So now you know that the drum kit works well in a higher tuning as well. And even with a higher tuning, you never lose the full and warm sound character of those drums. So if you're looking for a warm sound, for a very full and rich sound, this kit is something you should look into. Now let's get into two more little details before we get to the last sound example. First, the tom has no tom mounting system, so you have to mount the tom on a snare stand. For me this is not an issue because I really like the look of having a snare stand for my rack tom. And also I think with a vintage-like 4-piece kit like this one, this is just the most suitable way to do it. But just so you know, there is no tom mounting system on this tom. But they brought in this little cymbal arm mounted directly to the bass drum. And this is just a nice little feature they brought in from the older days. And for example, here it's a 19-inch Kerope crash ride, and it just works very well. It's a quick way to do it. You need one cymbal stand less in your hardware bag, and yeah, that's just a nice little feature with this drum kit. The Pearl President kit is available in two finishes. This one is called Ocean Ripple, and the second one is called Desert Ripple. There is also a phenolic option, very limited, that they offer in a white pearl finish, but it's just a completely different shell construction, and if you're interested in that, make sure to watch their videos about this kit. But now, let's stay with the wooden Luan shell version, the deluxe version, and let's focus once again on the bass drum. All the playing sequences so far were with a felt strip, and now let's find out what this bass drum does if we remove the felt strip and get to a more open sound. So, for example, a little more like Keith Carlock, John Bonham like. So let me get rid of the felt strip, bring the bass drum in an open tuning, and show you what it's capable of in this tuning scenario. This kit appears to be a great combination of the vintage sound with the build quality of modern today's drum kits. So if you're looking for a kit that gives you the warmth and just the character of an old vintage drum set, but you also want a kit that is reliable on tour and just is built very, very well, this is what you've been waiting for. For me personally, I like the low tuning a lot more just because it's my taste, but also the higher tuning and the more open bass drum work very well. So if you're looking for a kit that works well in the studio as well, this could be your next drum kit. And now, let us know, what do you think about this little shell pack with the 12-inch tom, the 14-inch tom and the 20-inch bass drum? Would you prefer the 13, 16 and 22-inch option? Also, where would you use this drum kit and which tuning did you like the most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one in the future.